Hello and welcome to Hank Games Without Hank. We are, of course, the Swindon Town Swoodilypoopers today, and we are facing mighty Scunthorpe United. We are in the championship, which is one league below the Premier League. We are on our way to the Premier League. This is the very beginning of the season. You can see all the players are excited. We had an eventful transfer period here in Swoodilypooper land. We've gotten a number of players, including, people I'll introduce you to as we play, but John Green and John Green are up front. As you can see, Leroy Williamson is still in midfield, and we still have Fat Lucas in goal, even though technically I should have replaced him. But I have a sentimental attachment to Fat Lucas. So hopefully we will do okay here in the championship on our inexorable march to the Premier League. But Scunthorpe United is a serious foe. I don't know what I just did. Oh, that was for people who are better at this game than I am. Today I'm going to tell you a story about my own life as a soccer player. Oh, other John Green, you're better than that. And about taking my son to his first soccer practice. So Henry is now 20 months old, my son, and my wife thought it would be a good idea for him to start attending soccer practices. I was, of course, all in favor of this, as soccer is good for young minds. But you have to realize that 20-month-old children, they aren't capable of really playing organized soccer on the pitch, or even playing the sort of bumblebee game that you usually see from the youngsters. How about we send that to Ball John Green, and then Ball John Green fails to finish. They aren't even able, Henry isn't even able to kick the ball on a regular basis. So today I'm going to tell you what soccer practices look like if you're 20 months old, and what will be good news to many people who play soccer and wish that it were a little less stressful is that Henry's soccer practices involve bubbles. So we got there. He puts on his little soccer kid uniform. Who's going to score? Could it be Leroy Williamson jumping into the goal, celebrating? What a great pass from other John Green. Accidental pass, but still. Then he goes far post against the goalkeeper. There's no way that he can defend it. Leroy Williamson, the best player in the entire world. No one's written a song about him yet, and I don't know why, because he's awesome. Oh, and here comes other John Green. They're just unstoppable. Oh, just kidding. They were stopped. So we got to soccer practice. He puts on his little kid uniform, and Henry can walk, but he's not that interested in he doesn't need to walk. He doesn't always feel compelled to walk. So the first thing that he did was start crawling all over the pitch, which wasn't particularly encouraging. Fat Lucas, thank you. And he kept pointing at the midfield line because it was painted white. He was very excited and he kept saying color, color, and I was like, yes, that's one of the colors specifically. That one's white. And then the coach came up and he was like, hey, what's your kid's name there? And I was like, oh, his name's Henry. And then he said, hey, Henry. And then Henry started crying because, stranger danger. And then coach was like, Henry, do you want to play with the ball? And Henry said, ball! Henry likes balls. Context is everything. So the coach gave him a soccer ball. And when I was a kid, we used to play with little tiny soccer balls. But I guess nowadays they play with full-size soccer balls so they can learn all about how to be great soccer players or whatever. And Henry, of course, immediately picked up the ball. And I was like, no, Henry, remember all the times that we practiced this? You kicked the ball? And then Henry said, kick, kick, kick. And then proceeded to kick the white midfield line because, it was a color. And I was like, no, you kicked the ball. And he was like, ball! And then he picked up the ball. And I was like, no, you kicked the ball. And then he was like, kick, kick, kick. And I was like, yeah, no, you got to combine those ideas of kick and ball, and then you'll be surprised where that can take you. That can take you theoretically all the way, to starting for Ajax, which is my goal for Henry. I mean, obviously, I'd like him to do other things, but I would like him. It's definitely important to me that he become a professional footballer, and then, perhaps a surgeon. He's going to retire at 33, so he'll have time for a second career. I would really like him to start for the Dutch national team, though, even though admittedly he is not Dutch. But we can work around that. So, by the way, Swindon Town up 1-0 here in the 36th minute. So good on you, Swoodilypoopers. But we need to see goals from John Green or John Green, because I would like to sing you songs about these guys, but they can't. I can't sing unless they score. How about to ball John Green? Oh, not your best pass, other John Green. I've seen you do better. Oh, come on. So eventually the other kids came, and it was a little encouraging when the other kids came because I realized that like it's not just my kid who's bad at soccer. It's like every parent of a 2-year-old or 1-year-old child. Henry quickly distinguished himself as like easily in the top half of the class in terms of raw talent. In that like he can run on command, which was one of the major things. So like when actual practice started. The first thing that the coach had all the kids do was run in a line toward the goal. And, I would say the success rate was very near zero. However, Henry is pretty good at running in a line, although he likes to sort of narrate his life. So when he is running, he says, run, 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 run. And I'm like, yeah, Henry, that's exactly what we're doing. We've reached the end of the first half here, and I'll tell you a little bit more about Henry's soccer practice shortly. So we're still up 1-0. It's not a comfortable lead, though, for the Swoodilypoopers, although it must be said that Scunthorpe hasn't had a number of chances, although Fat Lucas has come into play a couple times. I mean, I need him back there. Definitely. I'm not asking him to go away or anything. I'm just saying that I think we've been fairly dominant. We could have scored more, and we should score here. I mean, this is where Ball John Green usually distinguishes himself. Ball John Green, you're better than that. So in order to like get the kids to run and to pay attention to the coach eventually gets out Bubbles, and that worked like a charm. And he was like, the coach is like, hey, you should head the bubbles. You should pay attention to the bubbles. And, of course, kids don't do that. Oh, Ball John Green! Ball John Green, John Green. Wow. What a great goal from Ball John Green. Actually, it's a very average goal. So we had a song ready for Ball John Green that someone wrote to the tune of Que Sera. It goes, Ball John Green, John Green. He gives it all for the team. Upon his mustache we are keen. Ball John Green, John Green. Ball John Green, John Green. He's tough but surprisingly lean. When you sing about him, he loves to score. He treats Man U like a latrine. Ball John Green, John Green. But we didn't get to sing that because, of course, we lost to Manchester United in the FA Cup final, a devastating loss for the whole team, but particularly for Ball John Green, who considers himself the captain of the club and its spiritual heart. So it was a tough loss. But now he scored twice against Scunthorpe United. That's got to be some comfort. I mean, not really, but, Oh, we should have scored there. So he brings out the Bubbles. The coach does, and then the kids are just running around, running toward the bubbles, which allows the coach to then like have them run toward the goal by making the bubbles follow toward the goal. And in some cases, because there were a number of soccer balls standing between the goal and the kids would even kick the soccer balls by accident just because they were running at the bubbles and the soccer balls were in their way, and so they would just kick them, kind of like coincidentally. So it was really, it turns out that like bubbles are pretty. I was almost on target for once. Bubbles are pretty important to any 1.5-year-old soccer league. Other than that, I would say that aside from that, there was a lot of like failing to kick the ball. And is Ball John Green going to get his hat trick here? He wants it. He got it. Ball John Green. Once you sing about him, and this is great. He's not even really celebrating. He's like, look, we're dominating. I shouldn't even really celebrate. I'm going to have to go up a skill level, I think, even here in the championship, so that I can keep it entertaining for you guys, and so we don't want to win them all. That's a yellow card at most. Other John Green with a yellow card. I mean, I think you should get a yellow card for that haircut. Lord have mercy. Who do you think you are, Fernando Torres? So anyway, that was Henry's experience in soccer. My experience in soccer was that I was generally the worst player on the team. Like the coach would have to play every player on the team. Is it going to be Ball John Green again? No, he's going to give it to other John Green, and they score. Wow, this is just pure domination. And they hug it out. God, those guys really put their knees between each other when they hug. It's alarming the way that John Green and John Green hug. It's just enthusiastic, I guess. But you don't really look for that kind of that particular kind of love on the soccer pitch necessarily. So I was always the worst player on the team, and the coach would always have to play, you know, all the players. And so I would always come in the second half, and there would always be quite a bit of, I don't know. I don't want to say that, like, coach was unhappy to play me, but generally I wasn't doing any favors to the club. And I continued to play through middle school. I played for my middle school team. And I mean, I wasn't the worst guy on the team. I had a lot of hustle because I really loved soccer, but I had no hand-to-foot or eye-to-foot coordination. And I didn't really do anything other than run. I was an extremely good runner, but I could never really touch the ball with my feet or my head or any of that stuff. So I've always worried that, you know, maybe Henry wouldn't be such a good soccer player, which is why it was important to me to marry a good soccer player, which I did. Sarah, my wife, was on the varsity on our high school. We went to the same high school. On our high school's varsity soccer team for many years, from freshman year to to senior year, pretty consistently. She was one of the best players. She's still a really good defender. So you know, when we play sometimes we play in little pickup leagues. Sarah's still always one of the best players on the pitch, even though she's pretty tiny. So that was my strategy. I figured I'm not a good soccer player, but I'm very enthusiastic. If I can just marry a good soccer player, I've got a reasonably good chance at success. And so far, it's worked out for me, although admittedly he's only 20 months old. But I would say he's definitely top 5 out of the 10 kids who are 20 months old playing soccer. So I have a lot of hope for Henry. I don't want him to watch this video in like 10 years and be like, oh God, Daddy, he wanted me to play for Ajax. I was kidding, Henry. I don't really want you to play for Ajax. I want you to have a happy life and play for Ajax. No, I don't. Yes, I do. No, I don't. I just want you to have a great life that's full of athletic accomplishment. Oh no, we almost gave up a goal at the end, but we didn't. Anyway, I would say that Henry is already. Also, why does it really even matter if you have any athletic talent? It doesn't, of course. There's no inherent glory in it. So, other John Green ending the game. Look at them hug. Look at the way they hug with the knees. It's very close. I mean, you have to say that their midsections are right flush up against one another. And yes, I have seen the John Green /fiction. I wish I could unsee it, but I want to thank, I suppose, the Nerd Fighters and/or Swindon Town Swoodilypoopers fans who created that beautiful piece of work. Don't Google it, young people. It's distressing. All right, we're going to end the game here. But are we going to end it with one more goal? This is a little bit... I'm almost embarrassed for Scunthorpe United. Okay, there it is. 6-0. Hat trick from John Green. 2 goals from other John Green and Leroy Williamson opening up the goal scoring in the 14th minute. 5 second-half goals from other John Green and bald John Green. Truly a heroic accomplishment. A wonderful entrance into the N-Power Championship. Congratulations to the Swoodilypoopers. We will see you next time. Hey, you got to tell me what you want me to talk about. Otherwise, I'm just going to talk about baby soccer practice every time. So tell me what you want to hear stories about. And as always, best wishes.